We're just gonna give it a minute. YouTube was tricking, so just making sure everything's good before we get started. You got it? Shalom, testing. Testing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get started. So let's get into it. Scoot back or scoot a little bit this way. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're gonna face the east and give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect Akim, pushing this word with truth and sincerity. And shalom to the multitude of the elect. Okay, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, or the Israelites, God's chosen people of the Bible, who have been scattered throughout the four corners of the world. All right, who may look like the heathen, but if your father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, where the promise of that Yahweh blessed the children of Israel, Jacob, surnamed Israel, belongs to today known as the Negro, Latino, Native American.
Right.
All right. We are the Hebrew Israelites coming back. All right. Once again, this week to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. Who, also the ruler of the beast system of America. All right, who in these times, bringing upon a great wrath upon the world through their laws. All right, and the Lord is exposing them. All right, for who they truly are, as it says in Second Thessalonians. All right, that in the last days that son of perdition would be revealed. All right, now as we have kind of like the war is slowing down, as Trump pretty much just said that he's thinking about and reviewing talks with Iran. But this is just a calm before the storm, because the Lord ultimately has everything in his hands, as it says in Proverbs, the 29th chapter. All right, the Lord's prophecy is going to stand, and how he has it play out. All right, the main events will come to pass. All right. A couple days ago, you had the King James Bible online version pretty much get hacked. All right.
Oh yeah.
And I believe it was on Friday, InfoWars. Alex Jones, his show just they done. All right, and that's a sign that the Lord is going to shut down the truth.
Yeah.
All right, and really he's going to do it by his left hand side. All right, which is Esau Edom the sword. He's going to enforce that, because what he's being revealed, his nakedness is being shown. All right, and this is all end-time prophecy coming to pass. So whatever brothers got, we're going to go through the Spirit, and Lord willing, to be edifying. All right, and then what you got?
2 Corinthians 2:11.
All right, you go first, and you got it.
All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11, and it says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices."
Yep. And then can a brother grab, I believe it's Psalm 64. And so, yeah, lest Satan get an advantage of us, being that Satan is the adversary. All right, the adversary of Jacob is Esau, today known as the so-called self-proclaimed white man. All right, and this devil does what? He creates mischief by law. He uses his government, all right, which government just means mind control, all right, to use these enchantments and sorceries, to deceive the people. All right, part of that deception is AI. Part of that deception is his promise to create a better world. All right, and hey, what is he known as? The vessel of wrath, the vessel of destruction.
Yep.
All right, everything he does doesn't solve a problem; it adds another problem to it. That's why it says in Romans the 8th chapter, the creature groaneth, and under this devil's rulership, you know, you really can't have no peace. There is no rest. All right, that's why Yahweh Shai is coming back to restore righteousness upon the earth and give it back to the rulers, you know, that he has seen fit, and that is the his nation of people. Because why? They have the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, in them, and that's how they're gonna rule by. All right, you got
You
it.
went to Psalm 64:8. That make their own time falling on themselves.
Start, I believe, at the top.
Hear my voice, hear my prayer, preserve a life from fear of the enemy.
I gotta see what exact scripture. Yeah.
I just started one.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 64:1. It says, "Hear my voice, O Yahweh, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy."
Right, and this is it's a Psalm of David, right?
Yeah, Psalm of David.
Right. So, who's the enemy? The enemy would be, you know, Esau, Edom. All right, the ruler of this world, as it says in Job, the 9th chapter, that the wicked rule the world. He gave the earth into the hand of the wicked. You got it.
Verse 2 says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity."
Yeah. So hide me from that council. Now this same council was back, you know, in the time of Rome when Yahweh Shai was on the scene. All right, this is Rome 2.0, as it says in Revelation that beast had a wound by the sword but did live. And then it also says in you know, Daniel the 7th chapter that fourth beast, you know, pretty much came back, and was diverse in all manners. All right, and how did that fourth beast rule? All right, everything's tied back, you know, to the blessing that was given to Esau by the sword, by that sword. Okay, because in Daniel the 7th chapter, it describes his teeth as iron. All right, and iron was was what pretty much gave strength to the Romans. All right, because they made their weaponry, you know, and it was better than what was around at that time. They were ahead. Just as America currently has they have an advantage, all right, or they had an advantage, all right, through their weaponry, all right. They still got things that we ain't seen yet, but you know, these DEW, you know, the you know, their fighter jets, all right, and their, you know, nuclear weapons is for the most part more advanced than these other nations. Even though, you know, right now, what does it say? The weak shall say that they're strong.
Yeah.
And that's why you have Putin and China.
Xi Jinping from North Korea.
Yeah. Xi Jinping is China. Kim. I said Jim. Kim Jong-un, the water for that. Yeah. As North Korea, all right. And what they have those same weapons now, okay, or not the exact same, but
They got
you know,
some shit.
they have you know, something to combat it with.
Yeah, they got their own version.
Yeah. So
China got that 61. Russia got Sane 1, Sane 2, the Tsar.
Yeah.
North Korea got some stuff. I can't pronounce it, but
yeah, their own version of a weapon of mass destruction.
Con, yeah.
All right, you got it.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Con. Verse 3 says, "Who welt their tongue like
Yeah.
a sword?"
Who whet their tongue like a sword. Now their speech is harmful, but what comes out of their speech is their laws.
Yeah.
All right, and that's how they rule, and that's how they've continued to get that advantage. Now, right now, this devil is trying to rewrite his laws. All right, to strip the Constitution. All right, and upload a new digital version. All right, and that's where the implementation of the MOTB is going to come about. All right, because to get to this devil's NWO, he has to do away with the Constitution. That's why you see these events such as that event that happened at the White House recently. All right, and various other things. Why? Because they're gonna say that the problem with the Constitution, having people speak freely, all right, having people able to carry arms, all right, so on and so forth, is a hindrance to what? Peace and safety. Now, if you want to grab, was that 1 Thessalonians 5:1? Because what does it say? The peace and safety, then shall come destruction.
Yeah.
So you can read.
And bend their bows and shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Yeah. So those laws that they put in place are is a form of their sword. All right. Say that in Isaiah the 8th chapter. All right. That's what keeps the poor down, and you see it because they have the loopholes and they know how to navigate around their system.
Because they're the ones writing it.
But it was never really taught, or Jake didn't catch on to it until too late. Hey, the best lawyer you could get, is a so-called small hat.
Yep.
Because they know how to navigate their own deception. All right, it was taught to them. That's why, hey, what happened when Trump was first in office? Everybody, Jake hated him, right? Even though it's coming back to that this whole world is coming to hate their ruler, which that's part of prophecy too. All right, but during that time period of Trump's first term in office, what happened? Jake started getting more financially literate.
Yeah.
All right, as a group. All right, and then what they started throwing curveballs and shit. Now they're throwing a curveball because they ultimately, this ain't your rest, and they gonna play the part to keep you from achieving. All right,
Where they at?
yeah, to keep you from getting your kingdom on this side the best as they can.
They don't want you sitting with them, even though they got you thinking you sitting with them. Now this is their world,
Right.
Like the brother quoted with Job 9:24, right? So you can't be where the devil at. He don't want you up there.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
always
yeah.
keep you beneath.
Even the people that have success, that are Israelites today,
Mm-hmm.
they're bound, to
It's like a level cap they can't.
Yeah,
get.
they put a cap. Even the higher ups,
Mhm.
even the people you don't see that are part of the Black Boule and other things, which they sold out to obtain that status, and to obtain those riches, just like Jay-Z. Well, Jay-Z, they always hold in something over his head that he did, all right, and that they could bring
That
back up
blackball, yeah.
to, if you don't follow my every word,
We're gonna
it's
let 'em know
blackmail.
your
Yeah, blackmail them. And that's what they'll continually use. Or when they need to, they'll use you as a scapegoat, as you have Diddy, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, of something that you did. Meanwhile, they out there doing something 10 times worse.
Yeah, because you got all the information that came out of Epstein's, but you don't see the rage of the people.
Yeah.
You don't see anything on that. It's dying off now. There's no one's really talking about it like that.
Yeah, well, it's gonna come back, and that's still part of the problem with Trump getting his the backing by the people. Which that event that happened, is another. They're trying to play Nero as the hero, pretty much saying, and when that doesn't work, where do you think they're gonna go to? They're gonna put another person in office. All right. But hey, it's historical that Nero's losing. It's actually prophetic that he's losing the way that he is, because Nero was hated at the time of his. He was actually, people were seeking to kill him.
Yeah.
So
They wanted the son.
the history is repeating. Yep, as a brother quoted. You got it. That was-
Just had to pray before I hit 2 Thessalonians. This is Psalms 57, in verse 4, and it says, "My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword."
Yep. Hey, and what Cain, Qayan, all right, if I pronounce that correctly in the Hebrew, you know, that goes to that spirit, that form of weapon, you know, spiritually tying that to Esau. Now, you know, it says that in Hebrews 12 that not as that wicked one of Cain, that Esau, you know, pretty much has that same spirit of Cain now. All right, and hey, the sons of men, the rest of the heathen nations, they made a pact with this devil. You know, you go to Psalm 83, you know, to keep the hidden ones, all right, to keep the Israelites from knowing who they are, all right, and that's just the beginning of this truth, just to know who you are. But you have to believe in, you know, the resurrection. You have to believe, you know, in this divine intervention that's going to take place, salvation. All right, you have to have faith that you know, Yahweh Shai is going to come back and actually deliver us.
You got to believe on the names of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Those are the true names.
The true names. Yeah, because that's that covering.
Yep.
All right. You had more. That was it.
That was it. But here's 2 Thessalonians chapter 5. It says, sorry, verse 1.
Yep.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you." Verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night."
Yeah. So you know, he said we don't have need. Why? Because we know what's happening. The elect, all right, the hopeful elect knows exactly what times we're in. We know that we're in heavy times. At any moment, things can pop up. At any moment, the Lord could put the spirit on Esau to come down with great wrath, to activate these laws put in place. All right, to switch up the financial system, and that could happen overnight. It says that the thief come in as a night. The thief come in the night, right?
When you look up that word "night," when you go deeper into it, it goes into
Just speak up.
When you go into that word "night" in that particular precept, it goes into moral stupidity, which means that the people are not going to see it coming because they're going to be too caught up in their daily lives doing this or doing that.
That's part of the distraction. All right, that's part of this devil's distraction that he's counting on to feed you bullshit like the NBA playoffs. Which brothers watch the NBA playoffs from time to time. All right, brothers are sports fans, have other hobbies outside of, but it doesn't take away from our primary focus, which is to get to the kingdom. All right, that doesn't take away from our faith and our daily obligation in this truth. All right, that doesn't keep us away from being on watch on that tower. All right, so you know, they'll feed Jake bullshit like Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson break up, and now these women is raging and going on, you know,
cheat mode.
Right.
With more than what they're doing already, being more wicked as Eve doubles, man.
Right. So they'll do that to distract you from what's really going on. How, you know, inflation rising, gas ain't going down.
It's not just that, but you know, the supply chain is.
Right, and that's tied to the gas.
Yeah, and the thing is that, you know, they're talking about there's not going to be no more imports, no more shipments coming in.
Right.
So what the hell are you going to do when you start seeing some real shortages in these establishments?
Right. That's all going to be, you know, that's all things that the majority of people aren't factoring. Now you have, you know, those whistleblowers and TikTok people, you know, putting up information. But now you're seeing that being combated, all right. You know, now you're seeing, like, you know, as we opened up speaking about, you know, that, and I just did a lesson earlier on that there's an attack on the truth, whether it be, you know, of the spirit of, we saw the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, but whether it be of a man of Yahweh Shem Shai, or somebody in this world. All right. Now, you got Amos, and let him finish this, because we didn't get to the point.
1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yeah, you gotta speak up just a little bit more and
Okay.
slow it down a little bit.
All right.
and read it.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, it says, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Yep. And so this devil is going to try to, as he's calming things down with the war, he's doing what he's doing is for the betterment of the people. All right. Whether banking systems have to do a hard background check for you to get an account, a hard background check to make sure there's no immigrants, so-called immigrants, that they're allowing to use access of use. All right, when really everybody in America is an immigrant.
And they're really doing something else. They're also doing something else with the DMV too, with identification cards. I can't remember exactly what.
You gotta raise your voice a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit. I'm not gonna
sorry.
tell you again,
Okay,
but you gotta speak up.
They're doing something with the DMV as well,
Yes.
with the
Yeah.
IDs and all that stuff.
Because we, even though there's nobody here, but it's saying Ezekiel that prophesied to the wind.
Yeah.
So just speak up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you good.
All right.
But yeah, so these things are coming to pass as that peace and safety come. Hey, that thief in the night gonna come, and it's gonna put people in a whirlwind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what was that? Proverbs, the 1st chapter. When your desolation cometh as a whirlwind, meaning that it's gonna sweep you off your feet. This time of calamity is going, everything's gonna seem okay, and then hey, the shit, is gonna come one after another.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so much, people not gonna be able to take it. Why? Because they don't have this truth to comfort them.
God.
They don't have anything really.
Yeah, they don't have, and that's why people are groaning now. And as hard as it is now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Well, they don't understand this is Apostle Hardy deemed it this year also is the year of Jacob's trouble. So it's like a time like never before. None of us encounter this. You got all these events all happening at once. You're gonna have shit happening. They're gonna bug out.
A couple years ago, you had the WEF name that year the year of polycrisis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which that was multiple. They were claiming cyber attacks. We've seen a few that year. I believe that was like 2023 or 20. It might have even been before that.
Out here it happened.
Yeah,
certain
with
businesses,
the casinos.
And they're going through some.
I believe it was MGM that got hit.
MGM. I think the Win, and they're getting sued for that too because a lot of information got a lot of people's information got leaked.
Yeah.
So they're going through those losses right now.
But what they were saying at that time was that these companies, these major corporations, were actually being held pretty much at ransom by these, and that's something that Iran is very strong in. Is that cyber attack area,
Not only that, but there's a power line to the internet that's at the bottom of the ocean that Iran could cut off, and there goes our internet source right there.
They said war underwater.
Yep, war underwater. They don't have to actually attack us. They could just take away the internet.
And what were they gonna do to people in the States? You look around, you see everybody doing this.
Yeah, that's they have that reliance. They have an attachment to their phone, and that's also another way this devil can usher in the MOTV.
Yep.
Because there's going to have to be a black swan event or a major event that that's big enough to take out
Big ass blackout.
this infrastructure.
Yeah.
And part of them attacking the truth is to weed as much as they can and weed out the people that are on the borderline of, you know, accepting the government and just saying, because they put so much information in front of you, it's almost too much.
Yeah.
It's almost too much it's overwhelming for the regular the average Joe, because then it makes you feel defenseless. Now our defense, we know that the weapons of our warfare ain't carnal.
Yep.
Our defense, you know, is that rock, you know, Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's where we fall back to. Our spiritual defense is the scriptures when it comes, you know, into these heavy times.
Yeah, he's our defense.
So now we could, okay, go look it up. This is how it's supposed to play out. Can a brother grab me Job 20 and I believe it's 20 and 22. The every hand of the wicked shall be upon them.
I got you. Fuck it.
And then if you had something else, you can grab it after that.
Yeah, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22. And it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Mm-hmm.
Every hand of the wicked shall come upon them.
Yeah, that wicked is the laborer. Okay, it's not talking about Esau. This is actually speaking about the laborer or the citizens, you know, the average person coming up against Esau and his NWO. All right, not accepting this micro CHIP, not accepting the digital constitution. All right, not accepting the plans of their new rulership. Okay, so with the lack of information or hiding information, you know, these devils is trying to work their way into you know, making people accept it. And then the Lord, you know, is going to put the Spirit upon them to do so, to make or to weed out the elect from the non-elect, because what the truth has already gone out. All right, you know, the word has spread upon all the tender herbs of the grass. Okay, it has reached the ends of the world, you know, from the internet. All right, you could literally type in on YouTube, you know, Hebrew Israelite, you know, and find some sort of truth, whether it be the 100% truth or not. All right,
It's the hottest topic right now.
right, and that's all the work of the Lord, and that's all to glorify Him. Okay, now within those videos, you know, the elect is going to have the Spirit put upon them to find, you know, the 100% truth coming out of a great millstone. All right, and starting with the apostles, you know, and elders of great millstone on down. So you got you got something up. You grab it up. If it go before you grab it right now. You got it.
This is Job 21 and verse 17, and it says, how oft is the kin of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them? The Most High distributeth sorrows in his anger. Verse 18, they are as stubble before the wind, and as shaft that the storm carrieth away. Okay, so how often is the kin of the wicked being put out? Look at what's going on. The constant exposure, you know, all the lies are being revealed. You know, there's no more wisdom in Teman. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is literally, excuse me, making Esau Edom look like a public clown.
Yeah, that's funny that you're saying that, because I'm going to go back to 64.
You know?
Yep.
Like, Esau Edom, you know, he's, like I say, he's basically the public clown. Everybody's laughing at him, especially Iran.
Oh, yeah. Lego videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but it's that same thing with you know, calling Trump a taco, you know, and that respect, you know, that respect has, you know, trickled down to the and has you know, went into you know, the citizens of Babylon the Great.
Yep, and you know, the Most High distributed sorrows in his anger, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai is angry with the wicked every day. And going to verse 19, it says, "The Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth them, and he shall know it." So there you go. Yahweh Shem Yahushai already has that very special reward that's just waiting for Esau Edom once this place is done. Okay, which is hardcore bondage for 1,000 years, and then ultimately after that, goodbye forever.
Right. Yeah. You know, what was the these heathens? You know, pretty much. If you grab Psalms, the 2nd chapter, it says that they were given for the inheritance. Was that the 8th verse or something?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and these, you know, pretty much the world was made for what? It says that in 2nd Esdras, 6th chapter, made for our sakes.
Yep.
All right. Now everything else, when it goes into the creation and you know, specifically speaking about Yahweh Shai in the book of Colossians, it says everything was made for him, by him. All right, or by him, for him. All right. And then, you know, we are to be joint heirs with him. All right, you got it.
And he also gets preeminence. He gets first dibs on everything.
Yep. So we get the best servants, the best. And what was it? That was a you know, pretty much a curse that was given unto him, right? That he would be a servant amongst servants.
Oh, you talk about
Or, yeah.
And he'll be a servant under servant. So you'll be you at the bottom.
Yeah, but the point being that they would, you know, that these the sons of men were pretty much made to be servants.
Yep.
All right.
This is
You know, for Israel. That's the point I wanted to grab. You know?
This is Psalms 2 and 8. It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession."
Yeah. So we're gonna have it all. It actually says in Hebrews that you know, upon my father's house there is many mansions.
Yeah, that's
You know, other worlds.
I was just in there too. I think it was Luke 2.
That's the one I know is in Hebrews, I believe.
In my father's house is many mansions.
Hebrews, it's like 2 and 1 maybe.
I swore I saw it in Luke. I swear.
I'm trying to think what.
Yeah.
I can't think of the scripture. If you find it, you can bring it out. But I know in. Bear with me. So,
No, John, St. John.
I might have got it wrong. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. You probably is.
Where was it?
I was thinking of. Yeah, no, you're right. It isn't John. I was thinking of.
Yeah, it's in John. I know it is.
Yep.
John.
If you
Yep,
got
there it is. I got
Okay.
it. John 14 and 2. It says, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you."
Yep.
Okay, so with that being said, you know, of course, Earth is going to be the main place that we're going to own and rule, but there's going to be other worlds out there, other planets that we're going to explore and, you know,
Yeah.
make ours.
Whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
whatever.
the Most High.
Allows.
You know, things for us to do, because we still gonna be serving Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yeah, and NASA just showed that they finding more planets. So they're finding more planets, which letting you see that is in Yahweh Shem Shai's universe. There's many mansions.
But that was the one that looked like a Eve's nipple.
Yeah. Look like a titty.
Man, some of that is
They could be fucking loud.
yeah, it is bullshit.
But
too.
there's some that through the James Telescope.
Yeah, I can't think of
Yeah, they seen a whole bunch, and it was nice, it was beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
well, that's part of that mini. Yeah, I was thinking of this script right here, and yeah, I ain't gotta get it.
I had something that when you said Satan's tongue will fall
Yeah.
upon itself. This is Psalms 64 and 8 says, "So they shall make their own tongues fall upon themselves, all that see them should flee away.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, so that was what the brother was saying. Like, you know, everything that's happening now that you see, everything you're seeing going on with, you know, like these, we say false acts of what happened in the White House. These are things that they're doing that people ain't not falling for no more. You know, everything they're doing is what they contradicting themselves.
Yeah, or they giving you the inside scoop before it even happens, like that Edomite lady. I forgot what position she had, but she said she pretty much said that there was gonna be, you know, that pum that went on right before it happened.
Oh yeah, when they were talking, yeah, she
was
did.
being interviewed.
Jokingly saying it, and there was a video with a Moab talking to Trump, and if you're reading the lips, she was saying, "Get ready." They're getting ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was just a shit show. Bad acting, right? Bad acting.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of you had Elon Musk come out on X, you know, a few probably like 6 months ago or so, saying that these politicians is just actors, and really these politicians is, you know, actors that couldn't make it in the movie industry.
Yeah.
You know, and they show you that when, well, didn't I believe Ronald Reagan was in a like a Western.
Ronald Reagan probably was.
I think he actually, yeah, I believe he was, you know, he was in some movies,
Western shit.
and you know, the example you can use now is the Ukrainian president.
Yeah, he was an actor.
Zelensky.
Yes, whatever.
Yeah, so you know, it's just to show what is that quote say, the world is the stage.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's movie that he's playing out. You know, that Greek word theos, you know, goes into, which is God, goes into you know, what stands from theater.
Yeah.
But you didn't have any more on that, right?
No.
So yeah, you got it. You go to Amos. I'm looking for it. Is that in 13? Did it say you should see
Amos
the
8 and
eyes?
11 says, "Behold, the days come, said Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, thou power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but a hearing the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai." And you're seeing that now in the laws that they're writing. I think it's in Canada or something like that. They're abandoning it. They're banning the word.
Yeah,
Certain places you can't even say. Well, they're trying to use Jeebus, but we know who they really attacking. All right. So they're remember in your hotels and certain places, the word used to be there. It's not there no more.
Yeah, they used to have
The Bible
in the
there,
front. And yeah, that's part of that freedom of speech. Was these devils came out and said that they want to create a new Bible. They want to create
An AI type shit.
yeah, all accepting, you know,
That's that
rewriting the word. That's
Yeah.
it. But there's a judgment for that.
yeah, that one world order type shit. One under one their faith was bullshit, huh? Right?
Yeah.
And pit everybody to come together.
And I know y'all brothers don't watch The Boys, but if you watch the new season,
I still gotta get past.
yeah.
I gotta get past
If you watch the new season of The Boys, they go into pretty much, you know, making their own religion. You know, that's what they pretty much trying to do.
Yeah.
They start making their own religion, set up a new. They call it it's like the Democratic Church of America. You know, where they read out and then add a whole new section of the Bible with the main villain. You know,
It's funny because Trump read something from 2nd Chronicles out of the Bible.
I believe it was 2 Corinthians.
Yeah.
It was like a
He called it, yeah.
a
He
stab
called
to
it
himself.
He called it 2 Corinthians. It's my favorite. I love all the books. You know,
The one you were looking for is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20.
the water. I was all over the place with it.
But even with the word, like the brothers were saying, like the word is once that word goes, when the men are no longer on the highways and byways, what are you gonna do then? Because that's the biggest thing when the word is gone. I mean, the word it will still be there, but it's not gonna be so accessible.
Accessible, yeah.
The water, I tried. All right. You ain't gonna hear it no more.
Right.
So you're gonna be looking, and you can't find it. What you gonna do then? Who you gonna call then?
And that's if you read it, you know, if you read that part already, that's what they shall wonder.
Yeah, no, I didn't read it. I didn't read it yet.
Let them finish this out.
Of Amos 8:12 says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and shall not find it.
Right.
Woo!
Because it's going to be taken away. We're in a limited time, all right, of where you're going to be able to actually find, you know, the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be taken away, and then a lot of it's going to come through, you know, these devils censoring everything.
Yeah.
Just as they start, hey, we had problems setting up the live stream, and when I had to delete the app, bring it back up, I was messing with it for like 15 minutes. But what did it say? It said that YouTube crashed. It's going to be a reoccurring thing. It's not just going to be YouTube, it's going to be the internet crashing.
Yeah.
All right? No matter if you get the best quantum fiber optics or what, it's not going to matter. All right? He was running away from the word.
Yeah. He was ready.
Touch him, I think, you know, he's a little,
He
might
out
be on
there.
the spectrum.
Yeah, he out there. He retarded.
But hey, you know, but yeah, man, that time is coming where hey, the Lord is gonna pull the prophets off the streets because it's not gonna be safe for them. You know, that persecution is gonna come and that's what's gonna kickstart it. Now you're gonna have some dumbasses and some, you know, hard-headed Christian, you know, Christian loving brews, fringelites.
Yeah.
So
You know that's
really
still.
our French
Oh,
lights.
this is how. But that's not the Lord's will. All right, the Lord's will is for us to be doing what we're doing right now, and then when you see the signs that hey, we need to, you know, be low key with this. That's what's going to happen. It said that what does it say? That in Ezekiel, that he shall cleave your tongue to the roof of your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It also says in Jeremiah that you should not pray for these people. So there's obviously a certain group of people that the Lord don't want, you know, which group of Israelites, I'll say it like that, you 2/3 here in America, that the Lord doesn't want you to receive salvation. Why? Because you're disobedient, hard-headed, and he didn't predestinate you for that life.
Same motherfuckers who persecuted him and said, let his blood be upon us.
Yeah,
and
and-
chose a young thugger, mother sucker, instead of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. What do you say? You're the same as your fathers that killed the prophets before.
Wait.
You know, you are that wicked generation. Now, back in these times,
Mm-hmm.
all right, the generation of the flood, all right. And we would say that in Matthew the 24th chapter that these was, you know, same as the days of Noah. You got it.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right. So he gave you this opportunity. You know, what did it say? Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. He put the apostles out, you know, on the street. He put, you know, the prophets of the Lord out to be accessible and be reached. But what did our people do? They slapped away the hand. They slapped away the message. They disregarded it. Second Chronicles.
Yeah.
What's that? 36, where it says that they mocked the messengers of the Most High. All right. And made no use of them.
And in Jeremiah it says that the Lord said he will give you pastures according to his own heart.
Right. So they may not look the cleanest, sharp edge. We're not driving Lamborghinis and Bugattis, or, you know.
I got that right now. You want to
Yeah,
second?
you got it.
The Second Chronicles 36 and 15 says, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the power of their fathers sent them by his messengers, raising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on him dwelling places. But they marked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai rose against his people till there was no
Remedy.
the water.
Yeah. Can you grab Jeremiah the 30? I think it's 31 and like 36. All right. And it should say something about the fierce anger. It's pretty much gonna, precept that that in the latter day they shall consider it. So the Lord's gonna put the oh shit, they was right. Might be 30 and 60. It's somewhere around there. It's either 31 and 16. It says something like, in the latter day they shall consider it. It's in Jeremiah. It's around the 30 or 31st chapter. I'll find it. So, yeah, it's 30 and 24.
30 and 24. Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah.
Sorry, 23.
No, you good. You just
24.
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah.
It's Jeremiah 23 and 20.
It's 30 and 24. You got it.
Yeah. Jeremiah 30 and 24 it says, "The fierce anger of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai should not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days he shall consider it."
Yeah, so it says the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return. So and there's going to be, a time period where, hey, that judgment's not rolling out. Even though we're seeing the Most High's judgment is not, because there's a scripture, I can't remember where, it says that the Most High is going to judge the world at once. Everybody's going to be judged at once. Now, you're going to have good judgments and bad judgments. All right? The ultimate judgment is, Babylon the Great being completely decimated with thermonuclear fire. All right? And that salvation is going to be for only the small remnant, of his people. All right? So it says that these people, because they don't see these judgments, coming out, and they don't have the eyes out to see what the Lord is doing. All right, they're not gonna believe, the prophets. They disregard and then they're building up, all this sin, all right, and disbelief until Jacob's trouble hits their ass, until the loaf of bread is $50 a slice. just painting the picture. It may not be that the loaf of bread might be, $20, $50. It could get up that.
It could hit 50 certain places.
That just goes into 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse.
22. You bring it out. The as brother was speaking about the inflation, stagflation. Not being able to get the product there, or it taking now the price of gas goes up, and it takes that much more to
get to where you need to go.
Yeah, and preserve the product to get there, because these diesel trucks also need diesel for that cooling system inside of them.
I had it still on 30 and 24 NLT.
Hey, you got it.
Jeremiah 30 and 24 says, "The fierce anger of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai will not diminish until it has finished all he has planned. Yeah. And in the days to come you will understand all this."
So he gonna make you understand why the Lord's angry with who? His people. Predominantly his people, because Jacob's trouble is called Jacob's trouble for a reason, because he's angry first and foremost with the whole nation of Israel.
And he said, "Judgment must start in my house first."
Right. So, and that's where the majority, of his anger stems from, is his people being disobedient and worshiping other gods, going in the ways of the heathen, not understanding that the gifts that he has laid up for you, not understanding that he set you in the right path from the get-go.
Yep.
All right. 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 22, and it says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." In verse 23, "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid." So, once you see the grocery stores lacking a certain amount or a whole lot of items that you usually buy, that's when that's when, you know, and that trumpet that shall suddenly give a sound, that's the prophets, because we've been telling you, like, look, man,
Yeah, that's
eventually
the
when you go into these establishments, you ain't gonna be able to get what you want anymore. And whatever you get, it's gonna be scarce. Someone's gonna probably get it before you do, and then it's gonna be out.
point. Or it's gonna be a fight for it.
Yeah. And then that's when people are gonna be like, shh.
It's like
Yeah.
that movie World War Z,
Yep.
when all hell broke loose and everybody was just grabbing what they can.
Yeah. Go to Amos 8.
Yeah.
Or no, Amos 3. And 1. Shall
And
evil
then
be
also,
done?
and it also goes in the second address, the 16th chapter, verse 19.
Wanna grab it?
Yeah.
Talk about Amos 3 and 1.
Yeah. Or is it Trump said evil be done in the city?
But I have not done it.
Might be like
This is second address, chapter 16, verse 19. It's like second address, chapter 16, verse 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion."
yeah, and even though it's not, you know, as cheap, it's still tolerable.
Yeah,
You know,
still manageable.
it's still, yeah, people are still, even though you hear people complaining and they don't got a SNAP and can't buy all the sugary, you know, snacks and candy with their EBT.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they can only buy water. They can't buy high corn, you know, corn syrup, fructose
Yep.
drink, purple drink.
Yeah.
You know, even though they're going in that aspect, hey, they still got something. There's gonna be a time where this famine hit, and as the scriptures say, you know, they gonna look to eat their own kids. They gonna look to turn into cannibals.
Yep.
You know, and that they shall pine away.
Yep.
You know, that your stomach gonna be, you know,
Touching your spine.
right, the back. You know, forgot that saying. You know, they say you feel your stomach in your back.
Oh.
You know, like that's how hungry you are.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be, you know, for a lot of people.
Yep.
You know, because that food is not going to be available at all. That suddenly the storehouses shall be empty. It's not going to be from people preparing. It's going to be from the goods ain't able to get there no more.
This is Amos 3 and 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?"
Right. But you because, you know, when that trumpet blows, it's a sound of warning. Prophets were put on the scene to give the warning to Israel. All right, first and foremost. Okay. Now, should the people not be afraid? It says that we persuade men through the terror and fear of the Lord. Hey, this place here is going to be completely decimated. All right, you either going to be a part of the decimation or you're not. Now, what do you need to do to make sure you're not? All right.
Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, have not done it?
Right, and it's all from the Most High. All right, that these things take place, that you can't access food. This is how he's breaking down Esau's world. All right, these were the things that he gave the prophets the insights to warn the people about. You got to. That's what Jeremiah was telling the people. You know. You could read down one more too.
I have 45. Isaiah 45.
Yep.
I'll pull it up for you. It says, "Surely Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, thou power, will do nothing, but he will reveal his secrets unto his servants, the prophets."
Right, and that's you know how you know that this truth coming from a true prophet of the Lord, you know, Lord willing, we be those men, you know, is right. All right, that's how that validates, you know, what we're saying. And then what it say in I believe that's Ezekiel, when that thing that the prophets speak come to pass, you know a prophet is amongst you.
Yep.
This is coming to pass.
Yeah, Ezekiel 33 and 36.
Yeah, the MOTBs coming to pass.
Yep.
The world, you know, third world war is coming to pass.
WW3.
All right. You know, yeah, Esau's exposure coming to pass. The various prophetic things in the, you know, prophecy itself is coming to pass. The word of Yahweh Shem Shai, will not return unto him void.
No, ain't no bounce checks over here.
Right.
All right. This is Isaiah 46 in verse 9. It says, "Remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am the power, and there is none like me." So Yahweh Shem Shai said, "There's no one else like me. There's no other God like me. No one can do it but me. I am Him."
I believe you gonna read down?
Yep.
Yep.
Verse 10, it says, "Declaring the end from the beginning,
Ooh.
from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure."
Right. Where he declared the end from the beginning. All right. He declared there was an end to Esau's rulership. All right. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. And that beginning of it that followed, all right, is going to be for an eternity. All right. Where Jacob, the nation of Israel will be turned into, all right, back into their former state, being immortals, all right, and have this eternal rulership, under the reign and authority of Yahweh Shem Shai.
Well, that was it.
That was it.
I have
Okay.
it. This is Isaiah 45:7 says, "I form the light, I create darkness, I make peace, and I create evil. I do all things."
Yep.
And that shows you how Shem Shai controls everything. That's what he said, in Amos 3:6. If it done evil in the city, have not done it. Though everything Yahweh Shem Shai do is righteous.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's no evil with Yahweh Shem Shai. He's righteous in all his ways. But he created everything that we're encountering right now. Because he's in control of everything.
Okay. You got more on it, or?
No, that was it.
And that scripture, Isaiah 45:7 you just read, tells you it should be a wake-up call to these so-called Christians saying that, God loves everybody. God wouldn't do that. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Why would he do that to that baby? That baby's innocent, or that kid didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
And it's like, how do you know that?
Yeah. Because his say that back in Isaiah, his ways are not your ways.
Yep.
He is from above. You're from
You down there, man.
All right. He made things with purpose, and that goes to show. I'm gonna grab this real quick. Book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. It's gonna be chapter 19, and I'm gonna start at 19. It says, "The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality." Being the tree of life. All right, and doing the things that please the Lord is following His ways that He set up. Now the elect, we can only reobtain that friendship, all right, and be reconciled with our power through the sacrifice that Yahweh Shai made. All right, but we're doing what? Rehearsing the righteous acts. We have repented, all right, for and made our lives a sacrifice to obtain, once again that connection with our power, which leads back into immortality. Now it says this in verse 20. It says, "The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of His omnipotency." So, all right, omnipotency is total power. All right, something that Esau wishes for. Okay, so it says, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of His omnipotency. So through that performance of the law is how you gain that God tier status. Not that we'll be on the same level of Yahweh Shem Shai, but we'll be right underneath it. And that's when all it says that in I believe 1 John, that when we see Him, we shall be like Him.
Yeah.
All right.
See Him as He is, and be just like Him.
Yeah.
We just be many Most Highs.
Yeah.
And
that's the rulership that's gonna be upon the earth, as it says that we will be judges. You know,
The Vetramites.
yeah.
That's a
And-
big topic. Everybody they're saying that Israel is the Vetramites, Super Saiyans, the Kryptonians. You know,
Yeah.
the X-Men. That's us.
This is the I got it, please. So this
You're
is. Okay.
No, I say you good.
All right.
Coming,
You want to grab that before or after? If it go right now, then
coming, bro.
yeah.
It was just second. That just K Yashrael 1448 Shalom, brother. He had 15 and 19 when man had no fear on his neighbor.
Yeah. If you want to pull it out.
This second Ezra 15 and 19 said, "A man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword and spill their goods because the lack of bread and of the great tribulation." Great tribulation.
Tribulation.
The one.
Yeah. So that's part of these end time prophecies. Part of when shit hits the fan.
Mhm.
All right. It says friends gonna fight against each other. Neighbor should have no pity amongst each other. It's gonna be in survival mode.
Yeah.
So that warning went out. All right, the prophets warned you that this was going to come to pass. You didn't prepare yourself. You weren't of those 5 wise virgins. All right, that got the oil and the necessities, which that just goes back into preparing yourselves in the scriptures, because we know that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to provide all things for us. If He needs to, He teaches our hands to war.
Just like Matrix when Neo got downloaded with everything.
He was able to do everything.
He was kicking ass, man.
Became a kung fu master overnight,
Oh.
in an instant. But what did he have to actually perform it? He needed that faith, just as when he was trying to fly for the first time.
That was nice.
So if you don't have the faith, then what the Lord can't provide for you. That's why everybody that was healed in the Gospels, by Yahweh Shah, they all have faith. But he tell the servant of the centurion, and all of Israel haven't seen a great faith.
Or the lady that touched Yahweh Shem Yahshai's garment, she was healed because the faith that she believed.
Right. He was like, "Who
touched me?" That was in that, right?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 6. It says, "Wherefore," or verse 6, "when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom of Israel?" Verse 7, "And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power." Verse 8, "But ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth."
Yeah.
So only the Heavenly Father has, it's only within His power to know the times and the season and when this story is going to end. Okay, not even Yahweh Shai knows. But then again, it said that we shall receive power from on high by the Holy Spirit. Okay, spiritual power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that, we're in those times.
I mean, it goes to the story with Sukio Tuki.
Simeon Toko.
I'll be trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're in that time where, Yahweh, as things turn up, the men of the Lord are going to turn up.
Yeah. Simeon Toko was was definitely an angel. And he said that when he comes back, there should be more like him. The CIA did what they did with him.
Yeah.
You could research it, but
They couldn't.
dismembered him,
Yeah.
and then he would reappear or regenerate.
Yep.
They blew off his head.
No, they try to take his heart out and all that. And
Yeah, they did,
they did a lot of stuff.
They did a whole bunch of stuff.
but
Nothing worked.
so that's the power of the Lord. That say that He killeth and maketh alive. Okay, and part of that power already is what we have with the Spirit. With the Holy Spirit. All right, part of that power goes into having that Holy Spirit. It's already, we've already, resurrected brothers from the dry bones of the valley. we, you know, and we didn't do it, but it was, you know, Yahweh Hashem Shai using us as that vessel to do it.
What do you say? You didn't choose me, I chose you.
Right. So you can't, you know, it's not a thing that we did this and we did it, because just like we're not going to be able to deliver ourselves from this current captivity. All right, we're not going to be able to deliver ourselves from, you know, the wiles of the devil and the hardship, you know, that, you know, Satan plagues our mind with, but we got to combat it with the Spirit of the Lord. You know, we combat it with prayer and you know, and fasting.
Yeah,
you know,
fasting, praying, and scripts, man.
that's the ultimate, you know, way to rebuke the tempter. You know. You got anything else? Or?
You want to get through what to eat?
Yeah, we can grab that. We have like about an hour.
Yeah, we're past
Yeah,
an hour.
we can grab that and then close out unless anything come up. But yeah, the only way we're gonna be able to beat the system, you know, is with the help of Yahweh Hashem Shai.
Come. I mean, he's our defense, and we know we don't have armies or anything like the heathens do. We can't run to no countries and for backup.
Yeah, what's Jacob described as a worm. You know, thou worm Jacob. Okay, defenseless, pretty much.
Sure.
All we have is the dirt to dig a hole into, as a brother made the analogy before. That, you know, these scriptures is that hole we could tuck our head and get that covering from.
What is it, like an ostrich?
Huh?
Stick the head in the ground like an ostrich?
Yeah, but they still exposed.
Yeah, but you got to get it.
But a worm burrow into the ground.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And it says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be silenced."
Right. So if you don't bow your head to, you know, this device that they're going to put out, all right, which that's going to be, you know, the height of this devil's new world order.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this device, you know, as I don't know if brother's seen, you know, that they're trying to get Christians, you know, more so to accept AI. They really want you to idolize and worship artificial intelligence now. They even have something, you know, called AI Jesus, where you could pay to talk, you know, one-on-one with artificial Jesus. Okay, and I know if a true brother of the Lord went and did that, hey, we, you know, not only we talk circles around them, but we might, you know, make that whole program shut down. You know, because it's gonna mine, you know, pretty much destroy, you know, that process. Because hey, that has no true power, you know, which we know that it's just another false idol.
Yeah, you gotta think who's the fuckers behind it to create it. The machine didn't make it itself. It had to come from man's hands.
Yeah.
So they're still trying to push this Jeebus.
Yeah, and artificial intelligence has a heavy part in you know, that new world order.
That Project Blue Beam bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's a demon anyway.
Yeah. And demon, you know, is a high intelligence. You know. Yep. You got it.
This is Revelation 13 and 16, and it says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive an MOTB in their right hand or in their foreheads."
Yeah, that's the RFID hit.
Rock.
All right. So if you don't, you know, bow down to the image, just as, you know, Daniel didn't, you know, and the three holy children didn't bow down and worship that image that was
Nebuchadnezzar.
yep, that golden idol,
Yeah.
right? You know, they were what? Ultimately persecuted, thrown into the fire. All right, but what that in that story, Yahweh Shai was there. They came out spotless.
I only see, we threw 3 up in there, but I see 4.
Right.
And that was Yahweh Shai, man.
And when 2 or 3 are gathered in my
He
name,
in the midst.
I'm in the midst. So His Spirit is there. That Spirit is enough to protect you, man. All right. Now, it's gonna be a time where, all right, they roll out the MOTB. You ain't gonna have access to if you don't take it, all right. You ain't gonna have access to the goods or access to society. You know, you won't be able to enter places.
Yeah, they want to think like they want to what's the word I'm trying to think of? They want to it's like more than a humiliation. They want you to lean on him. I'm your daddy now. All right,
Yeah.
You gonna praise me. I got everything you need. I got all your comfort.
Yeah, go unto him for the one of all things, as it says in the curses.
But Yahweh Shemai told us said we gonna be pilgrims. So fuck all this shit we see. It's all he said it's all defiled anyway.
Right.
They ain't give you what roach milk and roach burgers.
Yes, it's a temporary comfort.
Yeah, like fuck this shit, man.
And that, you know, and there's a problem with it anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like you're actually getting, you know, what they say that you're gonna get. No, it says never trust thy enemy.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking parasite.
And at the end of the day, he gonna be that serpent, you know, to try and bite you. All right, and to get you as a, you know, pretty much to capture you as his, you know, digital slave.
Yeah. It's
Because
like,
what the MOTB goes into his monitoring, you know, his surveillance, all right, which was originally used for, you know, you know, I wouldn't say originally, but, you know, used for previous years. That same technology was used to track soldiers. You know.
Then they put it on your animal.
Yeah, put it on your dog.
You know, so the worldly saying is if a man don't stand for something, he'll fall for anything. So if you don't have no compromise or no them to buy you or tempt you with anything, you won't fall for anything like the 7,000 that didn't bow the knee to Baal, man.
And
We not bowing down to this son of a bitch, man.
yeah, that's where, you know, the line gets drawn in the sand.
Yeah.
Where you gotta, you know,
Can't
hey,
serve two masters,
you
man.
know,
You know, you either gonna serve Yahweh Shem Shai or you gonna serve this freak.
it's really
'Cause
gonna
he's a fucking freak.
Yeah, it shows, you know, you have to be sealed in the faith, and then that has to, you know, be put into action.
Sure.
What it say in Second Esdras, the 9th chapter, that works and faith.
Mhm.
You know, that's how you're gonna be saved, by your faith. You know, manifesting itself into action when that time comes.
Yeah, James 2:20. Faith without works is dead.
Yep.
So, you know, that's the thing with you Christians. You just say you say you have faith and you believe, but
There's
you
no
don't.
action.
Yeah, you don't. You all talk, no action.
Or you out here, you know, trying to buy a compound, and
A bonker.
right, and you preparing not in faith. And if you have means to that stuff, hey,
We'll
we're not
find it
saying, you know, go do what you do.
Yeah.
But that's not ultimately gonna
It's not
save
gonna
you.
save you,
You
yeah.
know, man's goings are of the Lord.
Mhm.
All right. And what's gonna the only thing that's gonna save you is you being predestinated for that salvation, and you know, truly being a part and having that faith through these dark and perilous times.
Yep.
So that was it on that.
I got verse 17. It says, Revelation 13:17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the MOTB, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right.
So,
hey, no transactions,
Nothing.
but you go say what you want.
no, I'm just saying, you won't be able to do nothing without it, really.
Right. Hey, it make you an outcast of society.
Yep. It always bring me to that one movie, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man.
You ain't getting no Taco Bell, you get rat burgers.
Yeah.
You in the sewers.
You know, those were people that didn't want to be a part of that system.
Mhm.
You know, and another one is Maze Runner.
Oh yeah.
And the
yeah.
third Maze Runner, you've seen everybody on the outskirts of, you know, of that city that
Yep.
couldn't get in.
This is Revelation 16:2. It says, and the first went out and poured out his veil upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon everyone who had the charagma of the beast, and upon them which worship his image.
Yeah, that could be likes of the big C, you know, but a plague that is going to be a cause of taking the MOTB. Now, this isn't just going to happen to Israelites, but it will happen to everybody that takes that device. As a brother just posted this woman that this younger woman, she had like pink hair or something, and she was saying that she was on her way to get implanted, and you seen it? Yeah, and that they were gonna pay her rent, you know, and she was juiced. You just see the excitement in her and everything.
I'm gonna get my rent paid.
She's going to get this device and get her rent paid. Well, she's gonna suffer some side effects from it. There's a movie, C-rated. I think it's called. It's either called. I think it might be called Implanted, but it's like a C-list movie where she takes it and she starts having side effects, kind of like Upgrade, where that AI takes over her and then is making her do things that she didn't never want to do. She's fighting it the whole time. Being she plagued with demons. Now that that CHIP also has a judgment for Israelites too. Can you grab a Revelation 14:9?
If you take that thing, you pretty much just signed your own death warrant.
Right. And if you're of the nation of Israel, you will be put down by Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's not in there.
No, it's in my book. It's written, so I gotta read it. It's Revelations 14:9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the image of his beast and receive the charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb.
Yeah. So if you take that device of the MOTB, you're of the nation of Israel, you will be put to death by I said fire and brimstone. That could either be thermonuclear fire here on the shores of Babylon the Great, or it could be some lasers, from the chariots. All right?
You cannot repent after you do that. You can't get it and take it out and be like, oh, no. Because you made a conscious decision that you'd rather serve this freak Azoi than Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's when you blaspheme the name of the Most High, there's no repentance for that. Some sins are you are unable to repent from. Blasphemy of the holy name is being one of them. And this, you putting up another God before Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's rule number 1. That you shall, the first command.
Don't serve no other powers but me.
Right. Now you idolize and put him up as your savior, so guess what? The Lord is going to put you down for believing that.
Well, let me see how I'm save you out of your troubles. Call on him. See what he going to do.
You trust upon the shadow of Egypt, and guess what? What you leaned upon ain't really there. So you're going to fall into that pit with him. So, Lord willing, this was an edifying camp. We're going to go ahead and close out. Face the east and give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful like Akshion pushing this word. Hey, shalom to the elect. Kwam Yasharala. Wa Ba Ba Ba.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.